I recently stayed at the Club Quarters Hotel, Times Square, New York. It was a great location. In this video, I'm going to show you a little around the hotel, the amenities it has to offer, my double twin room and my friend's queen room, tell you a little bit about the location itself and how convenient it is to everything, show you sort of how to get around when you're there. Come along. It is located on 45th Street West between 5th and 6th Avenues. You can always take a taxi or an Uber to get there, but if you take the train, it is only a 5-minute walk from Grand Central Station. You can take the subway stop at Bryant Park or at Rockefeller Center, both also a 5-minute walk. This is what the Bryant Park station entrance looks like, and this is the entrance to the Rockefeller Center station. 5 minutes to Times Square. 5 minutes to Bryant Park and New York Public Library. 10-minute walk to Rockefeller Center and St. Patrick's Cathedral. A 20-minute walk to the 5th Avenue corner of Central Park, although you might slow a little at the shops on 5th Avenue and Trump Tower. I'm walking toward the entrance of Club Quarters from 5th Avenue. To my right is Pret Manger, which is French for ready to go. I frequented this shop for my morning specialty coffee, and they have food items and cold drinks in the refrigerated cases. I took advantage of their afternoon sips special a couple of times too. Directly across from the hotel is Cafe Manhattan, a convenience food market. Made-to-order deli sandwiches, a pretty extensive salad and hot food bar priced by the pound, a couple of soup offerings, a noodle station which offered a little discount if paying by cash, cold drinks, chips, and there are tables and chairs for eating. The entrance to the hotel has a revolving door and a fixed door, and there's an elevator to bring guests up to the registration desk if needed. Upstairs here leads to a conference room, which I did not tour. There is a gathering room with coffee and hot tea available 24/7. Comfortable seating, a bar workstation with multiple outlets, and tables and chairs handy for working or bringing food into the hotel to enjoy. Lots of doors here in the main lobby, a couple of stairway entrances, and the ladies' restroom is here in the front of the hotel. And this hallway leads to the 2 elevators and the men's restroom toward the end of this hallway, and a second entrance to the gathering room. Back to stairway entrance A. This is the way to get to the fitness room and the guest ice machine. There are ice buckets to fill and take back to the room, as well as a fillable water bottle station. Here is a small fitness room with a bike, a treadmill, a mirror to make you think it's larger than it is, and there are weights and some other equipment to use. But I've gotten over 20,000 steps a day in New York, so I'm not using that fitness room. To use the elevators, tap your key card before selecting your floor. I'm in room 616, a standard room with 2 twins. Has everything we could need. Immediately on the left is a nice full-length mirror. Hello, Shirley. There's a couple of, well, actually 3 little pegs for hooks for coats, winter coats that you might have. It is midsummer, boiling hot, so we don't need those. There's a wardrobe here. Has 2 doors. Able to hang some clothes. There's an iron and ironing board there for convenience, and one pretty deep drawer below. The desk area has a pull-out extra desk that you can bring over to the bedside if you'd like. You can tell we're doing some work here today. There's a phone, plenty of outlets, 4 US outlets here. There's an espresso machine, and they have the pods that can be used inside that. Giant TV on the wall, room for a luggage rack. Here are our 2 beds. You can tell housekeeping hasn't come in yet, but that's quite all right. We each have a bedside nightlight. Both of us have a bedside table. Downstairs there is an ice machine, so I got some ice for my refillable cup. The drawers on each side of the nightstand are very adequate for our use. And we'll go take a look at the bathroom, taking notice that you do have control of your own thermostat. Bathroom, good size for our needs. Very large lighted mirror, a little bit of a shelf space above the toilet. Sink. They have hand and body lotion there at the sink that was provided. The rest of the toiletries here, of course, are our own. There is a hairdryer in a bag hanging up here by the shower. And inside the shower, there is a wand, and there's also a mounted shower head. There is a rack for your soaps, and they have provided shampoo, hair conditioner, and body wash. Now, as far as the view is concerned, there is not much of one. All right, this is the view. Not much of a view. I guess somebody could look out at me from that window there. But the really good thing about that view is that we are not street side, so it has been very quiet in our room. The only noise I heard at all was a little bit of talking out in the hallway, and that wasn't bad at all. Let me show you what's just right outside this room. Isn't that cold water dispenser the coolest thing in providing these water bottles? That is the nicest amenity. My friends are in room 605, so we'll come this way through the A stairs door to get to their room. Oh, through a second door. Their room category is very different from my room category. It's got one queen size bed, large TV mounted at the foot of the bed. There's a fireplace that's quite unique. Doesn't look like you could have a fire in there whatsoever, but it is interesting. Not only does it have a fireplace, it has a mantle. And this mantle right here will get you when you're getting out of bed, so just be careful. There's a nightstand on the left with your own little reading light, and also one on the right with a little different reading light. Another thing to notice on the bedside, there are multiple plugs. You have 2 US outlets, 2 USB outlets on this side and on the other side as well. Now the fan does not come with the room. They brought their own fan, but it does have a plug that you can plug it in. Same thing, 2 USBs and 2 regular US outlets. Nightstands on each side have drawers. There is a chair. They also have an espresso machine with all the little coffee pods inside, a TV, and an air conditioning unit there. And let's take a little bit of the view. Of course, you can sort of see my reflection in this mirror because it's nighttime, but we're going to take a peek down. We are on the street level in this room, and it is noisy. Even though we're on the 6th floor, you can really hear the street noise down below when there's traffic. They have the little table that you can bring over the bedside. Let's check out the bathroom. A little different stand-up shower. It has a sliding glass door. That's nice. I always prefer that to a shower curtain. You have the mounted shower head above and a small little shower wand. There's a sink with a little shelf and, of course, the toilet. Lighted mirror. The room has a wardrobe very similar to our room. A stand for your suitcases. The wardrobe itself, pretty good sized space, has some room for hanging clothes. Also has an iron and an ironing board, and there is a drawer underneath, a pretty good deep drawer. So if you were staying here a while, you would have plenty of spaces to kind of unpack and make it your home. And going back out toward the door I came in, there are 3 little peg hooks here that you can hang your coats or towels on. There's a full length mirror. Hello, Shirley. And you have the door going out. My feet are tired, but the beds are comfortable. This is Shirley with Shirley's Journeys, and I hope all of your journeys are pleasant ones.